Welcome back, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video about kind of what Beyond Aquila is and where you're going to be this summer. We want to now give you some more details as to what's going to be entailed with Beyond Aquila, and so kind of what a typical day is going to look like, and really just give you a better sense for what your time in Wisconsin is going to look like. So I'll let Eric start a typical day.
Yeah, so details are important. So as you can see here, we're going to show you a typical day on the screen. Hopefully you just hear my voice now. And you'll see you're going to wake up in the dorms like we talked about. And just like at camp, you're having your meals with your friends, with your bunkmates, with your Beyond Aquila advisors. Breakfast is pretty much always going to be on campus in the dining center. It's amazing. Kevin and I got a chance to go to Lawrence last spring, and I haven't been in college in a long time, and I was just awed by how many choices there were, how great the food was. You'll be really well fed, very happy, I promise you that. And after breakfast, it's time to prep for the day. This will be a little bit different from when you were a camper because you're going to really have a larger role to play. You're going to be given more responsibility to both plan and prepare for whatever is going on that day. So that's really part of this independence piece. You might be prepping lunch, you might be helping pack up the van if you're going out of camp that day, things like that.
Right. And so once we're all prepped for the day, we're going to start actually going out for activities. And activities might be at camp at Lawrence that day. They could also be out of camp. It could be a day trip like Eric mentioned, or just a trip to a local park or a local ropes course for activities there. So it's going to be a mixture of in-camp and out-of-camp activities on a daily basis. And really, as you're getting older, and you probably remember this from your time at camp too, you started to get more choice, a little more responsibility and independence in choosing what you wanted to do at camp, and that's going to continue with Beyond Aquila and really be magnified too. As much as we possibly can, we try and give you opportunities to choose between two different activities that are similar in kind of their goals and outcomes for each activity that we're doing. One example is going to be community service. That's something that is definitely a part of the Beyond Aquila program, and we've selected a few different options for community service programs that you can work on, and we're going to give you the choice to choose which one that you want to do. We want it to be meaningful for you, so you're not just feeling like, I have to go do this community service. It's going to be something that you are choosing to do and wanting to do. So it's really going to be kind of an extension of the Aquila choice that you've had. You're just going to get more choice with Beyond Aquila. In terms of what the activities actually are, I can give you just a general sense for what some of them are going to look like. There's going to be camp choice activities, so you'll be able to maybe choose between going to the gym and doing like team sports or a game of basketball or something like that. We'll have art opportunities in camp as well. So those are kind of like the camp choice activities you'll have there. We're going to have low ropes and high ropes. There's a course just right down the road actually from the university that we can go to. So that'll be a really great resource for us to have. There's also going to be time to do health and wellness stuff. So they have a gym at camp that you'll be able to use during downtime, but also just during time. We might we'll infuse that into the program a little bit as well. Just like at camp, we had hike days. You're going to go on a hike days with Beyond Aquila as well. There's a really cool nature trail right by camp as well, so that'll be really awesome. We talked about day trips to Madison, Wisconsin, Lake Michigan, so really cool trips. And we can talk a little bit more about those as well. And then there's community service that I mentioned. We'll also go on fun things like scavenger hunts and kind of infuse our program into those different scavenger hunts around Appleton or around Lawrence. And there's more too. Really, you can check out the website, and that has a more extensive list of what's going to be going on with activities at camp.
Yeah, and most days, one way to think about it is, as opposed to like 5 activity periods, you tend to be doing longer blocks of activities. So a lot of days we'll have a morning activity and an afternoon activity. That's one way that we've blocked it out. Other days we'll have something that's the entire day. So when you go to Madison to visit the university and to check out the city, obviously that will be both your morning and afternoon activities. So really no two days are exactly the same, but just like at camp, your staff's going to do a great job of letting you know what to expect in advance, but certainly a little bit more variety than you've got as a camper. Also more is downtime. Even when it's a busy day and you've got a scheduled morning and afternoon activity, we know that you guys want to be with your friends and your teenagers, and you deserve and really need time to hang out and to socialize and to be on your own and to relax and all those things. So those are built in not only to the activities but also to the days as a whole. So you saw when the afternoon activities are over, you have some downtime before dinner, and that's important to you guys. Shower time may be part of that. There's also things to do on campus, which we didn't have an opportunity to do in Vermont. There's a great lounge area to hang out in. There's a health center, health and wellness facility that we have access to. So maybe, having a quick workout becomes part of your routine at camp, things like that. Lots of options.
Yeah. So downtime is definitely something that we know, and I know from past times in Beyond Aquila that kids really valued. So we want to make sure that's really infused into this part of the program as well. So Eric mentioned after downtime comes dinner. Dinner was definitely one of my favorite parts, actually, when I ran Beyond Aquila a couple years ago. One of my favorite parts of the day. Just it's going to be a little different than it was at camp. It's not going to be just served in front of you every single day. There are going to be days when you get to cook with your friends and have a really cool opportunity to create a meal together. You'll get to plan that meal out. You'll go grocery shopping for that meal, and then you'll get to prep it at camp too. You'll have the support of your friends and advisors, of course, kind of throughout that time that you're doing that. But it was a really just cool experience to kind of share a meal that we prepared together as a family, and it really just, I think, adds value to your relationships with your friends at camp. So you're not going to cook every night, though. Don't worry. We will go out for dinner on some nights for like a special occasion, and also we're going to have some nights where we go to the dining hall at Lawrence. And again, I can't speak enough about how good that food is. We really enjoyed our meal there. So that's going to be kind of what your dinners look like at camp. And then the rest of the night's going to be very familiar for you. Evening meeting, as you know, is an important part of the Aquila tradition, and you're going to get to do that with Beyond Aquila as well. So there's going to be some nights when you're part of the Aquila Wisconsin group as a whole doing evening meeting with Dave and Katie up at the front, and that'll be a great opportunity for you guys to kind of be leaders in that larger community. There is also going to be nights, maybe like when you come back from a day trip, you guys are just going to do your own little evening meeting. And kind of review the day, preview the next day. So evening meeting is going to feel very familiar for you guys, and you're still going to have a lot of opportunities for that every night. After that, we'll have evening activity. And so some nights, again, maybe you'll do something with camp, but there's also going to be nights when, you guys are older now and, should be able to do more things. So maybe going out for a bowling night, maybe going out to watch a movie one night. There's going to be more opportunities for things like that. Going to a minor league baseball game and catching that, so you'll be up a little bit later than you normally would in camp. So there's just a lot more opportunities. Excuse the phone ring there, folks. We're still running camp.
They're calling already, Kevin. It's like an infomercial.
It's like an infomercial. Call now, 2 for free. But anyway, so there's also just going to be nights too when, you've had a long day, maybe doing that day trip to Lake Michigan, coming back, we just need a chill night. There's going to be more options for that and flexibility with that with Beyond Aquila. But of course, you're always going to know what to expect and, have a great time with evening activities.
So that was a lot of information. This was a long video. We really want to give you details about what to expect from a typical day. We're going to do a separate video about the tripping component of this program because what we just discussed is kind of like the first 12 days or so of it. And then there's a little bit of an outdoor adventure trip, and there's a really great big trip, which really is the culminating experience of the Beyond Aquila program. That's coming in another video. But if you want more details about a typical day and what a week looks like and what the schedule is like, go to beyondaquila.com. Go to the program details tab. That website is the best place to find the most information about Beyond Aquila. So we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks, guys.